Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Psychs World. This is... Wait a minute, here we go. Season 7! Alright, so let's kick it off. We're going to talk about Raw, Monday Night Raw last week. Then we're going to talk about AEW Dynamite last night as we are recording this on Thursday. I'm sorry, not Monday Night Raw last week. We're going to talk about Friday Night SmackDown last week, Monday Night Raw this week, and AEW Dynamite last night. Let's go! Run the intro, bitch!
We coming for you, nigga!
So if the job was to make our women's champion look as weak as possible, then I think that's done. We're starting off with Friday Night SmackDown, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, I'm Psych. This is Psychs World. I'm your host, your booker, and your commentator for the evening, for the afternoon, whenever you are choosing to watch this show. But I'm going to start dropping it during the evening, during the night, when you're taking your baths, and you're taking your showers, and you're getting ready for bed. Or whatever the fuck you're doing. You're getting home and you're getting ready to play a game, watch a movie, or get fucked. It doesn't matter. Now, who really got fucked was Bayley by Piper Niven and Chelsea Green. She got attacked before she could even do the promo with Nia Jax, who was the new queen of the ring. So let's move on because we want to keep this short, sweet, simple, and quickly paced. So Paul Heyman begs and pleads with Kevin Owens, please don't do this. Don't get involved with the bloodline. These two new guys with the bloodline, their family, they're just crazy. They're crazy, man. You shouldn't do it, man. I mean, I swear that's what you heard from Mr. Paul E. Dangerously. Now, after that, we got a tag team match. It was the bloodline. Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa versus the Street Profits, Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins. And Angelo Dawkins looking really good. At least he's not like flop dollar. Mr. AJ Francis, nobody cares about you. At least not in that other company, man. Your title reign in TNA doesn't matter. You should go to AEW, I think, is where AJ Francis or Flop Dollar should go. Anyway, Angelo Dawkins does a much better dive over the top rope as a big man than Flop Dollar was ever going to do. Then we got this whole AJ style segment with Cody Rhodes where they copied the Mark Henry thing with John Cena from years ago where he came out in the pink suit, and this time AJ suit. And for those of you trying to draw the comparisons and you're like, oh, I could see that. You don't have to see that. That's exactly what they did. That is exactly what they did. All right. And AJ even had on like a navy blue or what do you call it? It's not baby blue, but it's a faded light blue, suit. And they did it probably because his birthday's coming up or came up. It was a few days ago as we speak now. So then we move on to Monday Night Raw. Shout out to Triggered Wrestling, Brian, Adrian. Wait. I gotta do it every time. Adrian. Shout out to you guys. Most of my entertainment when it comes to a lot of wrestling stuff in the past few weeks has come from you guys, honestly. Now, that being said, I wouldn't call this a spicy novella, this storyline with these guys. Oh, side note, yes, my fight was postponed. It'll be happening again in January, but I don't want to do it because I was already fighting out of my weight class, and now they moved me up another weight class, and I'm stuck at 160. I can't. They had me at fighting 180, even though I'm 160, and then they want me to fight 200 now, and that doesn't work for me if those people are as skilled as me. Anyway, moving on. Liv Morgan and Dominic Mysterio, the whole segment. Don't sit here and tell me that Liv Morgan is not a whore in the industry. MJF did a promo one day on Dynamite or whatever it was, AEW programming, and he did it after a match, and he said that, he was the devil and he was evil or whatever because he got into a car wreck, and before the police showed up, he moved the girl that he was with in the passenger seat. He moved her lifeless body into the driver's seat to make it look like he wasn't driving so he wouldn't get caught. Okay, just hear me the fuck out for a second. The girl that he was speaking of was Liv Morgan. He even addresses her name and says that she gave him head. All right, we further this. The premiere for the movie The Claw, Liv Morgan showed up. She's sitting there talking to MJF, and she is saying, I only showed up for MJF. Everybody in WWE didn't show up for that movie or for MJF. Yeah, John Cena was there, but Liv Morgan was there. Liv Morgan of the women's division. Do you understand what I'm saying? She knows this man. They know each other personally, and his whole thing about her sucking dick, that just, I'm like, all right, she's a slut in the industry. It is what it is. I'm not saying she's not talented or can't wrestle, but they're now putting it on screen because what do we do in the industry? What do we do in the business, right? We take the more exaggerated versions of ourselves and we put that on screen. Otis has yet to stand up to Chad Gable, and we're still waiting for that. I don't like the way he treats little Maxine and Akira Tozawa, but Maxine's just fucking there, man. She's just like a scared little girl. What would really be good is if Chad Gable just turns around and whop, just smacks the fuck out of her, and we're like, oh my god, he didn't just hit a woman, he hit Maxine, you know what I'm saying, or vice versa. You know, that would be great. So then Damian Priest has a match with Rey Mysterio. And I can't remember what happened here. Drew McIntyre, I think, came out and interfered. Drew McIntyre attacked Damian Priest after the match, and it is what it is. Let's move on. I think it's a boring program, not necessarily because of Drew McIntyre, but his delivery and everything is fine. But I mean, the way they're telling the story is just no good for me. It's kind of lax. It's flat. You know what I'm saying? All right, so we did Monday Night Raw, we did SmackDown, and now it's time for the coup de grace, the piece la piece of resistance. I don't know how to say it. Anyway, AEW Dynamite. I just, god damn it, with this show, man. All right. Bryan Danielson declares himself for the Owen Hart Foundation tournament. I'm glad they're still having it, honestly. We saw Swerve beat Roderick Strong for his belt. Of course, he defended the title in the main event. Mariah May went at it with Saraya. BCC faced off against some of the CMLL guys. It's not that I'm tired of who luchadors are facing. I'm tired of luchadors. I'm tired of diving flippy shit. It is officially time for all of that shit to stop. Will Ospreay can do 100 other things in the ring, but y'all want him to flip around, break his fucking neck, and you want Edge to go out there and do the same in that ring and pretend that everything that you want isn't the problem with the business today. The fans clamoring and calling for tables and ladders, chairs, and barbed wire, all of that shit is the reason that, you know, AEW is so low on viewership. Y'all keep calling for that bullshit every week, and then when somebody slams someone with a fucking suplex on the outside of the fucking ring on metal or concrete, y'all don't, you're quiet. You give it crickets because you're fucking idiots. You hardcore AEW fans, you're not really fans of wrestling. You're just fans of cartoons, to be honest. I like cartoons too, but not this one. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, the Acclaimed are interrupted by the Young Bucks, sorry. And their whole, you know, Max Caster's whole rap is cut off, and it was pretty good. And then, you know, they're sent to the back, and Matt Jackson's like, who's a much better talker than Nick, of course. We're cutting your segment. We got money. Get out of here. We're moving on to the next thing. What would have been great is if somebody came out after that, like send out the Guns, right? Or Bullet Club Gold. How do you say? Bullet Club Gold. Bullet Club Gold. Anyway, we move on from that to Mark Briscoe versus Brian Cage for a TNT title qualifier match. And of course, Mark Briscoe is our ROH champion. And I think that's great. Mark Briscoe won here, so at least they're finally putting him over. Orange Cassidy versus Kyle O'Reilly versus Rey Fenix versus Jay Lethal for a shot at the AEW International Championship. I'm so sick and tired of Orange Cassidy. I have been for a long time. Same problem with Tony Storm. You switch the gimmick, you change it, and it makes it terrible. But the problem with Orange Cassidy is this is his gimmick. It's his original gimmick. He hasn't changed it, and thus it's fucking terrible. He thinks he's Undertaker or something with his aura or presence. We don't want to see him in the ring. He gets crickets. Y'all do know that AEW pipes in noise. There's no conspiracy theory here. They do the same thing that WWE does. And this is why we are disappointed in what AEW is. It was supposed to be a good alternative for wrestling, for professional wrestling, for scripted wrestling, but it's not, you know. And so at the end of the day, we have the same old shit that y'all complain about on WWE, and you try to act like it's so much better. Who are you to fucking glorify this nonsense, this flippy dippy doodah bullshit, man? Like, these guys are not Eddie Guerrero. They're not Chris Benoit. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. I know what you're going to say. Shut the fuck up. Move on. They're not fucking JBL. They're not goddamn Shawn Michaels. They're not workers. They don't know how to do this. Fuck. I don't even want to look at my fucking notes telling you guys about this shit, because it's stupid that you glorify people that you idolize, and you put people on a pedestal. People like Orange Cassidy. You know, Kyle O'Reilly's very good in the ring. He's phenomenal. Jay Lethal is phenomenal. And Rey Fenix is good. He should be the only luchador on the fucking show, except for like one other, and that be his, you know, main rival and arch nemesis on the show. It could be his fucking brother, Pentagon. You know, and every few weeks, every 2 months, you know, we have a match between them or something like that, you know? And of course, you know, I like to do the shows backwards. So how we started the show was your boy, MJF Maxwell Jacob Friedman. Or Fried Man. You know, he was toasted. He was high as you could possibly be. Or as he could possibly be. Anyway, I could smoke much more than he did. Much finer grade of weed as well. But yes, he was back, and, you know, he called out a lot of people, and the person to come out was Roosh, and they're going to have a feud. That's what you get from this. All right. It was a good promo, and he cut a lot of people down. He did what he was supposed to do. He tried Swerve. He tried Will Ospreay. He tried, of course, Darby Allin. I don't think he's ever going to not try Darby Allin. Who else was it? Juice Robinson or Jay White? Or there were a few other people he talked shit about. I can't remember. Hold on a second. Okay, well, it seems he only went at Kazuchika Okada, Swerve Strickland, and Will Ospreay. But it is what it is. So, you know, that's the show for AEW Dynamite. And not a terrible show. Some decent wrestling. Not the worst of the worst. But this week, WWE gets it, and next week we'll see what the fuck happened and what happens. You know what I'm saying? You know, Adrian, I promise you, AEW is not going to win next week. So that being said, I'm pretty sure Roman's returning next week, y'all. So let's look forward to that. And if he doesn't, then, you know, I was wrong. Fuck it. But this has been Psychs World. Like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and hey, while you're at it, leave a comment. I said hit the notification bell, and hey, while you're at it, leave a comment. I said, hey, hit the notification bell, and hey, while you're at it, leave a comment. We like that. Don't miss Born in the Past mixtape, dropping June 20th. Yes, for sure, dropping June 20th. No matter what, I am going to release the album. It may be short, it may be like 7 tracks, but it will be in mixtape format. And this is new software that I'm using and hardware. So thank you for listening. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Peace out, nigga.